Okay, there's our gang stalking Oceanside Police. Okay, we're taking a walk in the Senior Center, and we have two gang stalking Oceanside Police that just pulled up. This is two gang stalking. The Oceanside Police gang stalk with the American Stasi, Neighborhood Watch Group, Citizen Corps, they used to use for 9 years red trucks, red cars, wear or carry red. The tactic they use is called anchoring. It's a neuro-linguistic programming technique, and that's why so many firemen took neuro-linguistic programming workshops. Right, so there you have the two gang stalking firemen who drove up as we're walking here at the Citizen Center in Carlsbad. Now, you have to ask yourself, in America, should police be gang stalking 24/7 for years? I've been gang stalked by police, by firemen, by security guards, by neighborhood watch group members since 2006. It's called conspicuous surveillance. The neighborhood watch group members used to wear for 9 years red. They would actually wear red, like Hitler had the brown shirts. Well, in America, Dick Cheney and the neocons in the Cheney administration, the Bush-Cheney administration, started the red shirts. Michael Mukasey changed the guidelines for the FBI, suspending, rescinding anti-COINTELPRO regulations, and that's when I think they formalized it, because it actually had started before then. And so this is what you've got. You've got police like these. They get local police to gang stalk. No matter which neighborhood I go in, the neighborhood watch group members of that neighborhood come out. They would come out and start their red cars, pull away from their curb or drive up to the curb or drive by constantly wherever you walk. And this has been going on for 9 years. Now, why is this happening to me? Well, I had a new neighbor, a fireman, moved next to me. And the fireman did something that I considered dangerous. I called the police on him, and then of course there were minor things like his throwing leaves on my property, etc. And that's when it started. It started in my neighborhood with friends of the firemen, and then the neighborhood. They get almost the whole neighborhood to gang stalk you. Now this went on with the Jews during World War II, and it's going on today as a result of what the neocons have done. And my theory is that this is a problem of what one existential psychologist calls polarization. Those people who have been abused become abusers. And it's an unconscious process. And what they do is things that happen to them. And so we have the neocons in the United States. Neocons come from a Jewish intellectual background who are doing just what the Nazis did. Nazis tortured, neocons support torture. Fascists had a Stasi. Now we now have an American Stasi in the United States. They had a police state. We're growing a police state here in the United States. Everybody's under surveillance. Now, who's the primary implementers of this policy? It's the neocons. People like Dianne Feinstein, who was the chairperson of the Senate Intelligence Committee, who should have stopped this, actually facilitated it, became a cheerleader of the FBI. So this, I think, is a deeply unconscious phenomenon. The behavior itself, mobbing, is a very primitive phenomena. Birds do it, animals do it, and this is what citizens in the United States of America are being subjected to year after year. Do you think you get justice from these cops? Well, they came banging on my door with mental health. So that's another tactic that they use. They try to intimidate you with mental health. When I was taking pictures in New York, the district attorney there sent mobile mental health to my house, and he said if I didn't stop taking pictures, I could be institutionalized because I was endangering myself, and endangering yourself could be cause for institutionalization. So they're using unbelievable tactics like they do in Russia and China, saying people are crazy, who try to protest what the government does. And what am I protesting? I'm protesting my gang stalking for 9 years. All right, so just letting you see, these are the cops that do it. These are the two cops here as we're taking our walk. As I left my neighborhood, there was a person in black and white standing in front of a house. Black and white are now the two predominant colors used in government gang stalking. There was another person on the street in black, and that's what they do. They get your neighbors to gang stalk. Now, I never say individuals are gang stalkers. I just tell you the patterns that are being used in government gang stalking. So here we have two gang stalking Carlsbad police. They gang stalk with civilians. This is happening in the United States. It is clearly illegal, but they're getting away with it because nobody will investigate.